ma'am. So this is the code of the activity that we had earlier. So first, I have here the folder navigation, which inside it is I have here an app navigator.tsx file. So first is we have here the import create native stock navigator from React Navigation native stock. So this one here, this line is that it imports the tool for building the stock navigation. So this one, we have here four imports about from different files from the screen folder. So first we have here import about screen from screens about screen. So this one here is that I import the screen components from the screen folder, which is the same as the three components that we have, which is the contact screen, the home screen, and also the profile screen. So next is the constack create native stock navigator. So this line of code here is that it creates the navigator. It is giving you the stock navigator, which is or with the stock navigator, which is a container, and the stock screen. So it is each page. So next would be this export default function app navigator return and then stock navigator initial root home. So this one here, it defines this component so app tsx can use it, and the initial root name home set as home as the first screen shown when you open the app. Next is this. We have four stock screens, which is the home, about, contact, and profile. So this one here is that it registers all four screens with root names, and then the name is what you call in the navigation that navigate about this one, and then component is what renders when the root is active, and then the stock navigator close and then the parentheses. Next would be the about screen. First is we have here the import React from React, and then import view text style sheet from React Native. So it imports React and the three core React Native components, which is the view. So the view is like a container. So then the next component would be the text. So the text as that is it is for displaying the text inside the mobile app that you have created. Next is or lastly would be the style sheet. This component here is that it is for defining the styles of your app from React Native. And then export default function about screen. So this one here, it defines the screen as component and exports it. So the app navigator.tsx can import and register it. Next is this. We have here the outer view is the full screen wrapper. It centers everything and sets the purple background. And then the text right after it is the page title setting outside the card. And then next is this. So this one here is a second inner view, which is the card wraps the paragraph, giving it a white background, rounded corners, and a border separate from the title above it. The view closes both views and components. This const style sheets create, which is we have here the container, the flex, justify content, align items, the padding horizontal, and the background color. So flex 1, it makes the container fill the whole screen. Justify content, align items, centers everything, and then padding horizontal. This one is add side spacing so the card doesn't touch the screen edges, and then the background color. Next is the card. This one we have here the width, which is 100%, background color, border radius, the padding, the border width, border color, and the line items, which is it styles the inner box full width, which is 100%, background white, border radius of 12, and padding again 20, with border width 1, border color which is white, align items would be center. And then lastly, not lastly, but second to the last, code for the styles, which is the title, which is we have here the font size of 24, font weight bold, and then the margin bottom would be 15, and then the body, which consists of two styles, which is the font size and the text align. Where we have here the font size of 16 and the text align of center. Next would be the contact screen. So we have here the import again, the same import from our first file that we have opened from the screen folder, which is the import. So again, the import React from Native, import view text style sheets from React Native. And then export default function contact screen. This one here again defines and exports the components, so the app navigator, the TSX can register it as a screen. Next would be this information. Again, the outer view fills and centers the screen with purple background. The title text sits directly inside it above the card. And then this one here is the inner card, or the second view. Inside it, we have here three separate text element each. Text element each show one piece of contact info, which is we have here the email, the phone number, and the address. And then this one, the closing of the view and the components. Next, we have here the design or the style sheet, which is the flex one fills the screen, flex box centers both vertically and horizontally, and then padding 24, which keeps the card off the screen edges, and the background color again purple. And then the card, it styles the card box full width again, the white background color, rounded corners, padded, light border, and centers its and center. Next again would be the title, which is we have here font size of 24, font weight of bold, and margin bottom of 15. Then lastly would be the info again, font size 16, and the margin bottom would be 6. Next is the home screen. Again, the two imports that we discussed about from the previous two files. So let's go ahead into this part, which is export default function home screen navigation, then any, then return. So this one, or this part of the code, it defines and exports the component. So it receives a navigation prop automatically from React Navigation. So this is what lets it move to the other screen. Next is you have here the return, view, image, source tags. And then this one here is that the outer view centers everything on purple with purple background. The image loads a local file with require and displays it using the logo style. So the logo that I have attached here can be seen here, which is this one. So next is we have here the text, which is we have here the title, a student portal, and then also the subtitle, which is the hello student. Next would be the text style button. Then on press navigation, navigate profile. This one here is that instead of so this one uses a plain text that's styled to look like a button. So text supports on press directly on React Native. So tapping it calls the navigate profile, which jumps to the screen registered as profile and app navigator.tsx, the same pattern for the contact and for the about. And then again, the close components, so it closes the components. So going to the styles, we have here the container, which it fills the centers the screen and centers the screen with a purple background. We also have here the logo, size of the logo image, and adds a spacing below it so that it would not be crashed to the title. So next would be the title. Again, we have here a font size of 24, font weight of bold, margin bottom 8, and then next would be the subtitle, which is this one. Subtitle, we have here a font size of 16, color black, and margin bottom of 20. Next would be the button. Lastly would be the button, I mean. So this one here, it makes each text look like a real button with purple background, white text, rounded corners, and fixed with. So all three are equal sizes and centered text. So this is the last file for the screen part or the screen folder. So again, we have here the import React from React, and then import the three components from React, which is the view, text. We have here four. We have here view, text, image, and style sheet. So export default function profile screen. Again, it defines and exports the component so that the app navigator.tsx can register it as a screen. Next would be this. Again, this one here is the outer view. It centers everything on a purple background as the same as the previous files, colors of the background. We have here the image, loads the local photo with require again and displays it using the avatar style and sized and rounded into a circle with a colored border. Then text style is this. This is the title of our profile screen that can be seen later on onto the video of me showing the output of the code. So next would be this. So this is the second view, so which is the card. It wraps the four separate text lines, each showing one piece of profile info stacked vertically inside the white box. And then closes the both views and components. This one here again for the styling, it fills and centers the screen, and with side padding so the card doesn't get touch the edges. And then this one, the avatar, so makes the image width and height of both 140, border radius of 70, and then turns the square image into a perfect circle. And then we have here the pink border color and this one. Next would be the title. We have here the font size of 24, font weight of bold, margin bottom of 15, the same as the previous files that we have discussed from the screen folder. We have here the card. It styles the info box with full width white background, and then rounded corners padded, and then light border, and center its text. And then info, we have here the info. We have here the small spacing between each info line so that they don't feel too close to each other or feel cramped. Lastly would be the app.tsx. So this one here, import navigation container from React Navigation Native. So this one here, it imports the navigation container. So this is the required root wrapper for any app using React Navigation, and it manages the overall navigation state, which screen is active, and backstack history. Next would be the import app navigator from navigation app navigator. So this one here, it imports the app navigator component, which is the file that registers the all four screens from our screen folder, which is we have here the home, the about, the contact, the home, and the profile screen. Next is the export default function app, which defines the main app component. So this is the entry point of the entire application. Everything the user sees, it starts here. Next would be this one. So it wraps the app navigator inside the navigation container. So the navigation container is the like somewhat like an engine that makes the navigation actually work. And the app navigator would be the map telling it which screens exist and how they connect. So that would be all for the code from our activity, ma'am. Thank you. So, good day, ma'am. This is the output of the activity that we have made earlier. So, first is I have here the logo, and then the title and the subtitle, which is the hello student. And after that, below that, we have here three buttons, which is the profile, contact, and the about. So the contents inside of the profile is this. This is my avatar with a picture of a student, which is me, the profile information, which is the title, and then some personal information about me, which is my name, school, course, and also my blood type. So next button would be the contact. So this page here or screen, it shows the contact information of me or of a student. So which includes the email, the phone, and also the address. Lastly would be the about. So this would be it would describe the student. For example, about me. So I am Janine. I'm fourth year BSIT student and currently learning React Native and mobile app development. And my goal is to become a UI designer someday. So this is the output of my activity. It is simple, but yeah, it is responsive. That would be all, mom. Thank you.